Tottenham, garbage. Harry Kane, garbage. Heung-min Son, garbage. Christian Romero, he's a madman. And guess what? Also, absolute trash. Arsenal ran out 2-0 winners today at the toilet to go 8 points clear at the top of the Premier League. Let's get into it. Good afternoon, my peoples, and welcome back to the counterattack. I hope you and yours are doing very, very well. I know I am. Arsenal today, they head over to the old enemy, to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, aka the toilet. And I woke up this morning and looked at the lineup. Same old suspects, my people. This time, I think El Neni just isn't on the bench, but same old. Arteta, he loves to just keep it churning. Keep it churning. That is the name of the game today. Let's start. We always expect a fast start from Arteta's tricky Reds, and today was no different. But today, Spurs also got up surprisingly. In the first, 5-10 minutes, they also got off to a pretty good start. Both sides were trying to catch each other out on the break, hoping for just that little bit of a slip up. And oh boy, did it come in the 14th minute. Saka, I think Partey finds him. He plays in Saka, and he takes his man down, beats Sessegnon, who, by the way, he had him on toast the whole match. Beats Sessegnon, kind of crosses in. I believe it was actually a cross. Lloris, it may have taken a small deflection, but Lloris, he gets his hands all wrong. It sort of deflects off his hands into the net. 1-0 to the Arsenal. Fantastic. Ooh, baby, in that first half, we were all over them. We completely dominated them for all of the 45 minutes. I love to see it, especially at their place. We were all over them, but Partey, oh my goodness, he was running the ting in the midfield, and oh my lord, 20 minutes in, I believe, he smacks one from 25, 30 yards out off of, I think it was off the crossbar or the post maybe. Oh, that would have been goal of, I don't even know, maybe of the decade. What a fantastic shot from him, and we just got to say it, Romero. What a horrendous defender. Fair enough if you're a little bit physical or whatever, but he's not a very good defender. What he has going for him is that he's a madman, steaming into us over and over and over again. But credit to the referee, he let it go a little bit at the beginning, but eventually just had enough with it. This man fouled Martinelli a few times, fouled Saka maybe a couple times. He just lost his head, and finally the referee gives him a yellow card. Spurs, when they saw that they were not at it, they went physical. Lacking. We were dominating as per usual, but we needed that second goal, and my Gooners, we got it! On 36 minutes, Partey, I think again, finds Saka in space. I believe it was Partey. Finds Saka in behind Ryan Sessegnon. He was bombing a little bit too further forward, and he got caught out. Saka invades the space behind him, gets it to Odegaard, and no one kind of challenges him as he gets 35 yards, 30 yards, 25 yards. He lines one up and smacks it past Lloris. 2-0 to the Arsenal, and we're heading for 8 points clear. To be frank, it was an amazing first half from the Arsenal. We really played well and showed just the difference in quality between us and Spurs. Odegaard, Partey, and Xhaka all were just running it in the midfield. We completely outnumbered him. Højbjerg and Sarr, I mean, they did their best impression at an irrelevant footballer. Just a ghost, passing right through them. Their only real threat was Kulusevski getting in behind Zinchenko, because Zinchenko, he doesn't really play left back. He loves to come in the middle, press forward. There were a couple times in that first half where he was directly in the middle of the pitch. And it didn't matter that Kulusevski was a threat, because we were dominating possession, dominating the ball, imposing ourselves on them. What a first half. I think we all knew that Spurs were going to come out in that second half and play much better. This is what they do. They start games really poorly, and then they grow into the match, especially after halftime. And that's kind of exactly what they did. Spurs had at least 2 or 3 chances, but Ramsdale coming up big both times from Aaron Ramsdale. A lot of people say that his shot stopping is sort of his weakest part of his game, but today, against Kulusevski, Harry Kane, and Heung-min Son, he bossed all of them. It was fantastic. So Spurs, yes, they started the second half, the first 15 minutes of that second half, playing much better, trying to impose themselves on us, and they got a few chances. But guess what? White, Gabrielle, and Saliba pretty much snuffed all of that out. And if they didn't snuff it out, Ramsdale got to it. Spurs got nothing out of their good spell of possession. After their good spell of possession, where they didn't really do much with it, and if they did, Ramsdale was all over it, that's pretty much all they offered in a bit of a 15-20 minute period in that second half. After that, we had a few chances, and then the match was over. Conte sent on a ton of subs, and none of them worked. None of them really did anything. In fact, one of them, I think he sent on Basuma and maybe another defender, just really defensive substitutions when you're chasing a game against a team that can really hurt you. I mean, I don't really understand. What Tottenham don't have is someone that can affect the game really well off the bench. Richarlison came on. He did absolutely nothing but try to poke people in the eye. He was completely useless. Lovely, lovely day. Aaron Ramsdale, he has to be the man of the match today. While Spurs weren't too threatening, believe me, if a couple of those if a couple of those shots where Ramsdale saved it went in, we might be having a different conversation. Well, Derby Day is over, my people, and I am grinning like the Cheshire Cat. We've done the double over Tottenham. Ooh, 5 goals for, only 1 against they got against us. Clean sheet. I am smiling from ear to ear today, my people. 8 points clear at the top of the Premier League. Please slap that like button, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Take care.